Getting vaccinated against COVID has never been more vital. That's the message from health officials today as Omicron sparks fear across the world. Those getting their booster jabs are divided on whether to be worried about the next few weeks.
A couple of my kids want to come over at Christmas, but then, we don't really know. But thank goodness we've got FaceTime.
I don't really care what the government says. Christmas is going ahead. I think we've all had enough now.
But because so little is known about this new variant, the Joint Committee on Vaccination and Immunisation has decided to accelerate the booster programme to buy us some time.
Whilst we wait for the mist to clear on what this concerning variant actually means, there is no time to delay. It's our opportunity to get ahead, and vaccine boosting is the thing we can do most easily whilst we wait for that science mist to clear.
The JCVI has recommended booster jabs should be made available to every adult over 18. The gap between the second dose and the booster will be halved from 6 months to 3 months and prioritised by age. And for the first time, a second dose will be offered to all 12 to 15-year-olds.
You just ask people not to panic, but you're reducing the gap between the second dose and the booster. Isn't that a sign that you yourself are extremely worried about this variant and people will naturally panic?
I'm asking people not to panic, but I'm not asking them either to completely ignore the weather forecast. You can't ignore what you see around the world, and it is more urgent than ever before because of what's happened.
2 more cases of Omicron have been found in England, bringing the total number detected in the UK to 11. In order to try to curb the spread, children are now being advised to wear masks in schools, and from tomorrow that will be compulsory in shops and on public transport in England. The government insists it has no choice but to take action.
Our experience of fighting this virus has shown us that it's best to act decisively and swiftly when we see a potential threat, which is why we're building our defences and putting these measures in place without delay. If it emerges that this variant is no more dangerous than the Delta variant, then we won't keep measures in place for a day longer than necessary.
Other nations, though, don't think the government is going far enough. The Scottish and Welsh First Ministers are calling for even tighter rules for travellers.
We're proposing a tougher Four Nations approach to travel restrictions at this stage that would see people arriving in the UK from overseas asked to self-isolate for 8 days. Under our proposal, they would take a PCR test on day 8 of their arrival as well as on day 2.
Countries around the world are now taking measures to protect their populations. Omicron is with us, and we are all waiting to see how big a threat it really is. Emily Morgan, News at 10.